Today I share with you a prayer that you know. It is biblical based, the Lord's Prayer. It is talked about in Matthew. Matthew 6 verse 10 is the verse that I want to discuss with you this day. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. That is our prayer beginning this week. Thy will be done. And we're going to pray that as many times as we need to. Thy will be done. Often people think that God's will, we think, gee, I would never want that. Insurance companies talk about an act of God as being a terrible thing happening to people and to communities, to the world. An act of God is the very best thing that can happen in our lives. An act of God is never a disaster. It is never an upheaval. It is a wonderful blessing coming to every person. Thy will be done. When you pray this, you acknowledge in your life God's blessings and God's love. And you know that God's will for you is greater good than you could ever even comprehend in human mind and in heart. You release any doubt that the activity of God's will in your life will not be good for you. You know that God's will is good and only good. God gently guides you in this moment to an ever-increasing good. God's good is right in the midst of you. God's will is right every moment of your life in the midst of you. God's will is right now taking effect in your life and will this entire week as you consent to it and accept it happening in your life. God reveals to you what you need to know when you need to know it and ahead of time. That's one of my big prayers. I always pray, God, let me know what I need to know ahead of time, so that I can prepare my human self for the activity that I need to take and the words that I need to say. So this week, we pray, thy will be done. And the Spirit of the Lord will go before you, guiding you ever forward to new and more fulfilling good. God bless you, my friend.